to preserve white guilt, right? The apartheid type narrative made people stop making movies about the struggle because we also have to preserve white guilt, right? Those two moments have brought us into the moment where an organization like AfriForum can go across the world and distort the history of South Africa because filmmakers are not defending the history of South Africa. They have gone mum on the history of South Africa. And it is imperative that we reassume our role as filmmakers. We reaffirm ourselves. We reposition ourselves behind the attributes of history of this country and tell it in many different ways. If you look at Letters of Hope, it doesn't speak about a big figure that was there. It speaks about a family that was there, whose their job was to just receive letters. There are many individuals who contributed to the history of South Africa. There's a 14-year-old man who is now probably 55. At the time, he was a 14-year-old child who had to go to exile and fight for the liberation of this country. Nobody is telling Kwaito's story because he did that for this country, and because we as filmmakers have abandoned our place in the space. We have given the responsibility, unfortunately, to people to distort our history. So yes, there is an urgent need for us to reassume our position as storytellers. Take over the autonomy, right? It is difficult to make these type of films, but trust me, these are the only films that the world wants to see. These are the films that are going to do well because these are the films that carry our hope, that carry who we are, that carry our history, and that drive us on as a nation to move forward and continue remembering, and with remembering, not to commit the same mistakes of the past. Because now there is a call for some certain independent state, which is propaganda, for me, because we are right back at the perpetuation of the Bantu stance of separate governance. That is taking us 45 years back. We cannot allow that in a democratic South Africa where we as filmmakers have funding from the Gauteng Film Commission, we have funding from the ECDC, we have funding from the KZN Film Commission, we have funding from the National Film and Video Foundation, we have funding from the IDC, we have funding from the DTIC. How do we allow such a thing to happen and then we let our voices go mum?